Where do you see the Salesforce ecosystem heading in the next 3 to 5 years? And are you optimistic about it?
I am. So 3 to 5 years, I think it's going to be more of the same. I think additional acquisitions are going to be happening. I think an interesting thing I heard about was that Service Cloud is now exceeding Sales Cloud revenue. So I think there's going to continue to be growth in the Service Cloud sector as well. I think Sales Cloud may be a little bit saturated now. I think Service Cloud, and then with Slack acquisition, I think that's going to continue to elevate the Service Cloud footprint in the ecosystem as well. I think 3 to 5 years we'll continue to see growth. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same level of growth as we're seeing over the last couple of years recently, but I think Salesforce continues to innovate. I would like to see some additional AI capabilities to continue to come into place. I'm a fan of Internet of Things and IoT, and I know Salesforce they started strong in that a few years ago at Dreamforce, and then I haven't seen it lately. Maybe
I
that'll be
built
something
this
they'll
car
pick
on
up on
IoT
again with
actually. I built
IoT.
this
Yeah.
car.
I remember seeing you in India
Yeah.
Dreaming, showing your session on that. Yeah, so I love that idea. I mean, I think IoT is the way in the future, as well as artificial intelligence and machine learning as well. So I'd like to see some additional advancements happening there within Salesforce. It's going to be interesting to see about like we talked about earlier, about the system integrator side of the house. Are they going to continue to build professional services and advisory services? I think the market needs it. I don't know if they need it necessarily from Salesforce doing it, but I know advisory services, a lot of clients don't know enough about the technology and how to get the best ROI out of Salesforce. So I think there's going to continue to be some good some good leeway there and some good runway for companies that want to get into the advisory sector. Um, but yeah, I think as much as ever, if you want to break into a career in Salesforce, you have at least a good 3 to 5 year runway ahead of you based on what they're continuing to do. They're continuing to innovate. They're continuing to acquire. I think they're doing everything that they need to do to be successful in the next few years.
So, okay. I mean, I got your point, and I have something to add on to that as well. From last 5 to 6
Sure.
years, every year I've been thinking about that Salesforce is at its peak, and everything which goes onto a peak, I mean, goes a little bit down with time, right? So this is how it looks like. The graph looks like. But every another year, Salesforce has increased that peak to such a level that I was not able to imagine, or I was not able to think about. Like I could never imagine that Salesforce is going to be this big in terms of everything. Like the partner ecosystem is big, like as big as ever. The uh, positions, the compensation, the like the customers, everything is continuously increasing. And 4 years back when LWC I think Lightning Experience when 4 years back when Lightning Experience came, I thought that it's going to be a little bit changed or something like that. But till then, since then till now, there are like so many things that have come up, and there are still so many things that are coming up, that sometimes I get I mean I get worried about where is it exactly going, or are we actually uh, I mean thinking less of it, or are we actually overvaluing the things that which Salesforce is doing, because it's doing it at a tremendous rate,
Sure.
and at a size which no
Right.
one could ever imagined of, I guess. I mean, do you agree with that?
Right, right. No, that's a good. I do agree with some of that. I think the acquisitions are playing a big part of this, right? Continue to stand up new clouds, right? So government cloud, health cloud. They're always come up with innovative ways to repackage, retool, innovate new, acquire new, right? And so when you have all these different verticals available, they'll continue to figure out ways to gain additional market share, right? Tableau acquisition was huge, right? Slack acquisition was huge. Those are kind of the big ones recently. The Acumen was kind of showing the public space that they're getting into more advisory and consulting services, right? And so, I think they have a good internal research and development department as far as understanding what customers' needs are and continue to innovate the platform around hearing the voice of the customer. And so we're talking about artificial intelligence, IoT. I think there's continued to be different paths that they'll continue to explore to figure out how to bring additional market presence in the overall ecosystem. So, they're not a stagnant company, and they continue to make big strides in innovation and acquisitions, which I think will continue to be part of their increased trajectory of growth over the next 3 to 5 years.